Here's a collection of the videos showing me learning how to unicycle. I got it about 2010. This is in 2013 when I dragged it out of the basement for a few moments, but mostly I left it there and ignored it until COVID and then got started. Two gloves. In a local park near me with this trainer. It was about a $120 unicycle that served me well as I learned the basics. You'll see that unicycle and another one, a mountain unicycle, kind of spread throughout these videos. But mostly I learned on this small green one. Moving around a car is a really great way to do it, but have your windows all the way up or all the way down, not partially down like I did here. That's a mistake and it's not as safe. But doing around a car is a really safe way to do it since they tend to be all soft edges that you wouldn't hurt yourself on if you fell and bumped your cheek on something. That was my second day on my new try on learning the unicycle. Here in my local park, just parking my car in a place where the ground is pretty level and good enough asphalt, and trying to do a little bit every day. So after I got the hang of it a bit, I would go to this local skate park that's called DIY in Germantown, and it's just the old foundation of a farmhouse that is just the flat concrete, and that's where I learned to do little loops around the concrete pad. Often I'd be holding on to that stack of 4 tires to get me started, and sometimes also holding on to this metal bar that I put into the concrete to hold on to when I got started. You can see that in a moment. A little bit of late evening work there, but here's that steel pole that I put into the concrete to hold on to. I have since learned to do free starts, but I'm not very good at it at all because I don't practice enough. So usually even now, will be holding on to something in order to get started and get all settled on the seat. Uh, but you'll see both that green one that I started on and the bigger black off-road one coming up. There's the stack of tires and the metal bars to its left there. Some of the great local skaters here in Germantown that also use the and put together the DIY park there. That's the mountain unicycle given to me by my friend John, whose son Grant was an expert on the thing. He could go off road and go flying down hills on it and everything. I've not reached that point myself. I've always laughed at the motions that people make when they're learning to unicycle with their hands. It's kind of like somebody is brushing away invisible bees away from them, swatting them away when they're learning. I shoveled the snow off of that same park a little bit.
Hug.
Hi. Yay.
And here's me and my sister Marie
Long time.
Yes.
on a day when
Yes.
we hadn't been
Otherwise not
close
letting
to each
go
other
hug.
for quite a long time because of COVID, staying separate. So that's why that particular hug, it was one of the first times we've been together. And there's my only free start that I've caught on film, and a little bit of grass work. This mountain unicycle, of course, is made to go up and down steep hills out on single track roads. So here's the place we just were. That's a radio control air park. That's me the first time that I made it to the gate. That's Clapper Lake in Germantown, including once going all the way down to the waterside on the grass. This is also Germantown near the soccerplex, and then Ohiopyle, Pennsylvania was all over town that day. And finally, one last view of some of the fun I've been having now that I can do longer rides, 2 or 3 miles on a day, and just kind of cruising off into the sunset is a really fun thing to do on a unicycle for long rides.